Welcome back to the project Nomad, and today we're installing these Fender flares on this here Suburban. Before we get started, like, comment, and subscribe. But let's get into it. These are the Fender flares that we are going to be installing on Suburban. These are just some simple Amazon bushwhack flares that we got for about $100. They're made of ABS, but we got them in preparations for some future projects that we have in mind for the Suburban. Like widening the track of the Suburban so it has a better stance and it's more stable off-road, or even making a high clearance rear bumper. But who knows? But we got to install these before any of that gets to happen. These Fender flares should not be that hard to install. They came with all the hardware and most of the tools needed for this job. These Fender flares are also the type that you don't need to drill into the body to install them. The Fender flares already have holes cut into them from factory that match pre-existing holes found on the factory fenders, but you can still technically drill into the body and make them more secure if you replace these bolts with the appropriate hardware. So let's get these fenders installed now. Starting with installing all the cosmetic bolts and the gasket that goes on the outside seam of all the fenders. I do recommend having either pliers or a socket handy so you can hold the lock nut on the other side as you turn the Allen key. It makes the whole job a lot easier. And the gasket material is pretty easy. All you need to do is slide it onto the edge of the fenders and then cut them once you have the right length. But this initial setup does take some time to finish for all 4 flares. Then it is the process of actually mounting them. All 4 flares only go in one way, so you can't really mix them up. However, you will need to finagle with them a bit in order to get the holes to line up correctly. But since they are made of ABS, they do bend and they won't crack like fiberglass flares, so it's alright to do so. And it takes some actual effort to get them to flex into the right position, so you won't be hurting these flares at all. Again, the purpose of adding these flares is to widen the body, so when we widen the track with either spacers, another axle, or different offset rims, the tires can stick out even further and stay settled. It will also help with contouring a high clearance rear bumper whenever we get to it. You see, it wasn't that hard of an install. It only took a little bit, but we took it from looking like this to this. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. But until next time, be safe and tread lightly.